Well, hello once again. This is Mr. Tom here with another video for you. This week we're going to learn about insect jobs or chores. Now you might have chores that you have to do at home. I'm sure after you finish playing you have to pick up after yourself. That's a chore we have to do. You might even help with dishes, maybe help with laundry. We all have different chores and jobs that we have to do around the house. But just like we have jobs and chores, so do insects. And today we're actually going to learn about a specific type of insect. They're called ants. And I'm going to show you a couple pictures, and I'm going to show you how to make a special kind of ant. They're called leafcutter ants. They're fascinating animals. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so before we get started with our craft, I'm going to show you a couple of pictures. Now, this is an ant. Now, first, before I tell you what kind of ant it is, just so we remember, and you might know this, maybe you're learning this, insects have three main parts to them. They have what's called an abdomen. That's the back end here. Also, this middle part, that's called a thorax. And you might be able to guess what the first part is. You have one too. I'm sure you can point to it. That's the head. So you have the abdomen, the thorax, and the head. And then, of course, they have legs, just like we have legs. But instead of 2 legs like we have, insects have 6 legs, 3 on each side, so 6 legs. All insects have 6 legs. Now, this type of ant, it's called a queen, and you can tell the queen ants from the other kinds of ants because they have this really big abdomen. That's because they lay lots of eggs. And we also have, in an ant colony, you have the queen. You also have lots of workers. Kind of think of a colony of ants as like a town. In a town, you have a mayor. They're the person that runs everything in the town, the city. But you also have lots of workers that have to do work for the town. These ants are the workers, and they're much smaller. Also, notice what it's carrying. I don't know if you can see that clearly. It's carrying a leaf in its jaws. Now, this is a leafcutter ant worker, and they're really special ants. They're really cool. When I was in the Amazon rainforest, I actually saw them myself. Yeah, they're pretty cool. So, I'm going to show you how to make these ants. Pretty fun. So you can use paint if you want. This is actually a dauber or a bingo stamp. Again, I'm choosing blue. Blue is my favorite color. So what you want to do is you want to make your ant by dabbing the paint on paper. Now remember, insects have how many parts? 1, 2, 3. Let's make that a little bigger there. And there we go. That looks good. So this is going to be the body of our ant. Now, what else does an ant need to have on its body? It needs to walk, right? So it needs some legs. Remember, insects have 6 legs. Ants are insects. I'm going to just use a brown crayon here. Just draw some simple legs right here. So I got 3 there. That's a little hard to see here. Let me hold it up for you. Okay. And this part's a little tricky because we're looking at it from the side, but we can kind of make 3 more. We'll just make them a little shorter because they're actually a little further away from you. Okay. Yeah, not sure I can quite get that, but there we go. 3 legs on each side. And if you want, you can add, of course, the antennae. So all insects have antennae. They need to be able to feel their way around, of course. You can even draw the little jaws. So ants have jaws like that. They're actually a special kind of jaw. They're called mandibles. They're not like the jaws that we have. Our jaws open up like this, up and down. Ants' jaws go from side to side. They're kind of like scissors or pincers like that. So here's my ant, right here, my blue ant. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make a trail of ants. You might have noticed that I drew this up in the corner. This would be kind of like an ant hill that you see in the ground sometimes. So leafcutter ants actually have really, really huge nests that they dig way deep underground. But they have entrances to the nest on the ground, kind of similar to other ant hills that we've seen before. So let's just make a few more ants. Maybe one here. Maybe another over here. Okay, and they all want to go inside that hole. Draw the legs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Antennae. And the jaws. Just drawing them really quick here. Okay, now one more thing we're going to add to our trail of ants here. Remember I said these are called leafcutter ants. So for our leaves, I'm actually going to be using green construction paper. This way it's easy to see on the video. If you want, you can go outside and pick up some real leaves. That would be fine. But to make it look like the ants are carrying the leaves, what I'm going to do is I am going to glue these on. The glue stick here. Now these ants can carry things way heavier than they are. They're really good weightlifters. They can actually carry big pieces of leaves compared to their body size. And like I said, when I was in the Amazon rainforest in Peru, I saw these ants. They were marching along a line. They went up a tree and back down the tree, just marching along with these leaves in their jaws, just doing their job. This is their job. They bring leaves to the nest because what they actually do, and this is really cool, they don't eat the leaves. What they do is they bring them in the nest, and fungus grows on the leaves. You might have heard of fungus. Maybe you've had mushrooms before. Mushroom is a type of fungus. So the leaves grow fungus, and then the fungus is actually a food source. So in a way, these ants are farmers. These are worker ants, and when they take the leaves back to their nest, they're actually being farmers. Kind of cool. So here we go. Here are my ants. I hope that was fun. Hope you learned a little bit about insects and ants and different insect jobs. I'll see you next week.